Have you been told the way to fix your posture is to just remind yourself to stand up straight, exercise, or stretch more? Well, that's not true. Modern lifestyles and training systems are gradually destroying your posture. After 28 years in the health and fitness industry, I've trained hundreds of students, and one thing is consistent. Poor posture leads to restricted movement, slower digestion, limited muscle gain, reduced fat burning, and is aging you faster than you realize. Fixing your posture will get you lean, energized, and healthier faster and more efficiently. And whenever you remember to stand or sit up straight, you might do it, but then as soon as you forget, your body just goes into default mode. Or when you try and lift something heavy, you think twice in case you pull a back muscle, even though you've been exercising more. Then you know there's something wrong. So in this video, I'll share the exact two-step process you need to follow to make sure your posture not only improves, but reduces pain, risk of injury, and makes you feel like your health is the best it's ever been. Before we get into the two-step process, if you're watching this, you probably know your posture needs improving. Why is it worth fixing your posture in the first place? If you have bad posture and don't fix it, anything else you do to improve your health will get average results. Why? Your posture is the foundation of your entire body, your face, and ultimately your health. And if you want one-to-one guidance on how to fix your posture as soon as possible, check out the link in the description for my coaching program, The Modern Warrior Transformation. All students get a full posture analysis to find out exactly what restrictions they have, corrective exercises to realign their posture, and maintenance protocols so they never fall back into poor posture again. Or if you're not ready to work with me yet, get my free training on the 30 steps to get lean, energized, and disciplined naturally in the other link below. Think about it like this. Take these two elastic bands that I've tied together. Now imagine that each band is a muscle and the middle here is a knot where you feel tight. If you try to out-train the knot, your tightness will only increase as you're activating muscles each time that you train on either side. Now, realize you have over 600 muscles in your body and that many of them are over or underactivated in the wrong positions due to modern lifestyles. When you have bad posture, your body is constantly fighting to maintain homeostasis, aka balance. It's pulling this and that muscle in the wrong direction due to overactivating patterns, and some muscles are underactivated, causing weaknesses and imbalances. The result is a bad posture. And these are the most common postural dysfunctions I see: a forward head posture or text neck, kyphosis or hunchback, anterior pelvic tilt or duck butt, and scoliosis, which is a bending and twisting of the spine. The key step most miss out on is to simply identify which postural dysfunctions they have. Now that you know which areas you need to fix, let's get into the two-step process to fix your posture. Before you even think about strengthening your body, you have to get it in the right state. The state that is ready to receive your new and strong posture building template, which I'll cover later in this video. Don't skip this step, as even Hippocrates, the ancient Greek physician, often called the father of medicine, taught how important this is. He said, the physician must be experienced in many things, but assuredly also in rubbing, which is massage and specifically myofascial release, or MFR for short. Hippocrates viewed the body as a single unit and knew that massage was a great way to restore balance. This approach is the same, except it's just adapted to the modern world. And you don't need to go and see a massage therapist. You can get better results if you do it by yourself. The reason is simple. You learn about your body in the process, where it's tight, where it's weak, and where your asymmetries are, just by experimenting with your massage practice. And all you need is a hockey or a lacrosse or a cricket ball to get started. Remember the elastic band analogy from earlier? What we are doing with MFR is just massaging and undoing all the knots in the middle here where the two bands tie together, so that they are ready to be strengthened in the new and correct position. And you might be wondering, won't stretching get the same results? And it won't, and here's why. I spent over 16 years stretching due to my old martial arts background, and it was something my dad and I used to disagree on until the day he passed. He was really big on stretching and I changed my mind. I used to do the splits, other crazy stretches, and did yoga for 8 years too. But then I was wondering why I kept getting injured. I had developed a level of instability and hyperlaxity in my joints due to the stretching. And going back to the elastic band analogy one last time, look at what happens when I stretch them. Over time, they get more lax and have less tension in them. And the aim is not zero tension as some would have you believe. The goal is tension in all the right places and in the right quantities. Just take a look at the interconnected network of fibers within our bodies called fascia. Fascia is, by this definition, the internal connective tissue that wraps around organs, providing support and holding parts together. It has the appearance of a very thin spider web, connecting layers of muscle and surrounding all internal body tissues. Fascia is a fascinating and beautiful part of us which affects all of our movements. Within our bodies, nothing is completely isolated, separated or disjointed and acting independently of something else. Your muscles, tendons and ligaments are all working together, and this is what fascia demonstrates to us very clearly. Let's get into the MFR process. Take your ball of choice and watch how to apply sustained pressure to your tightness and pain. Follow these principles for best results. Do it daily. Can be while listening to a podcast or something else. Do it for at least 10 minutes a day. Any less, the results will be insignificant. There is no maximum. The more you do, the better you can become. You can only release muscle, not bone. If you get a sharp sensation like you've hit a nerve, move to another area close by. Release each area for at least 90 seconds and then move an inch or two around the area to make sure you're covering the whole muscle. Go with and against the grain. It's less painful to go in the direction of the muscle and more painful when you go against it. For example, massaging up and down on your chest is more painful as the muscle fibers run laterally. Do static and active release. Some areas are great to release by just keeping the pressure on statically. Others require more active release too. To do static release, just keep the ball in the same area. For active release, move the joint, which will influence the length of the muscle you are releasing. For example, if I'm releasing my quads in my legs, I can bend and extend my leg like this. Focus on deep parasympathetic breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds and exhale for 4 seconds to get your body into the rest and digest state. Experiment with your body. Understand your body and why it's tight, where it's tight, and how it happened. This way, you can undo the pattern so it doesn't stay that way. Release your body in sections. A simple split is splitting the body into 4 parts: upper, lower, front or anterior, and back or posterior. So do a few areas within one section on one day, then rotate to one of the other 4 parts on the next day. You should feel like you've had a great massage after. You come out feeling a few inches taller, having better posture and feeling more relaxed. Once you release the tight areas and any surrounding areas, then your next step is to reinforce the new position by creating strong neuromuscular or body-mind associations. Most training methods are damaging and end up degrading your posture, not making it better. If you look at some of the most popular exercise methods like bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit, yoga, cycling, rowing, and so on, they all have one thing in common. Sure, they might build cardio and of course muscle too, but the posture they build is dysfunctional. The term functional training gets thrown around a lot, so let's quickly define it. The simplest definition is functional training is a classification of exercise which involves training the body for the activities performed in daily life. But this is where the problem starts. The bodybuilders, powerlifters and crossfitters can't rotate. The cyclists and rowers are stiff and rounded, and the yogis are disjointed and lax. The main problem is that these methods are not built around the 4 key human movements that we have been designed to do. Those are standing, walking, running, and throwing. These movements are all rotational based. So therefore, your training should orient around optimizing these 4 movements and improving your rotational abilities. And if you do it right, there's no need to do bro splits and train separate body parts on each day. Instead, every time you train, you just do whole body exercises. It takes 30 to 45 minutes maximum if you do it right to get great results. Training with these principles in mind is the best way to fix your posture too. So you might be wondering, well, what does this look like in reality and how do you do it? You'll be doing movements in the rotational plane, aka the transverse plane. To start, it's easier to take out the exercises that are damaging your posture. So drop these exercises immediately. Bench presses, barbell squats, deadlifts. These movements are in the sagittal plane, which is just forward and backwards motions or movements. This doesn't mean to never do sagittal plane movements. It's just that these are the most damaging ones. And to not obsess over mirror muscles. Instead, the priority has to be around what we do most by our nature, which is to rotate. Here is a simple exercise swap list, so you can just go ahead and change standard exercises most people do to ones that actually improve your posture. Change bench press to alternating presses. Change deadlift to single arm kettlebell swings. Change pull-ups to single arm rows. Change squats to rotational split squats. Exercise 5, which is just a general whole body exercise, rotational medicine ball slams. Change sit-ups to decline sit-ups. Start with 2 sets of each exercise, and I don't count reps, but if you need a general guideline, go for 12 reps on the highest weight you can without sacrificing your form. Do functional strength training sessions like this 3 times a week, alternating the days. For example, do it on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also notice how all of the movements have some element of rotation in them. Try and test out performing an exercise without the weights after your 2 sets, and you'll feel how effortlessly you move. Most conventional exercises make you feel tight and stiff right after, which is making your posture worse. Sure, with the exercise I'm telling you to do, you will still feel activated and muscle tension, but you will feel more connected after and experience how they will improve your posture. There are a few types of other training which are very functional and will help you to improve your posture too and get lean. So once a week, add in a sprinting session, which is one of the kings of all exercises. It's full body exertion and activates your entire muscular chain. It's also great for increasing growth hormone and testosterone significantly, so you can build muscle on easy mode. Do 10 reps of 20-second sprints with 1 to 2 minutes rest in between, and that's enough. The last type of training you need to add in to improve your posture, among many other benefits, is some form of martial arts. Martial arts, especially ones like kickboxing, are easy to practice at home by yourself. For example, shadowboxing, bag work, footwork, and drills can all be done by yourself, just with a little bit of space and minimal equipment. But more importantly, there is nothing like martial arts to teach you about the blend between physical skill and mental discipline. And this is key for fixing your posture because it requires body awareness and patience, as posture correction, it just doesn't happen overnight. And in martial arts, you have to learn whole body control and develop a high level of mind to muscle connection. It also emphasizes the ability to use and coordinate both sides of your body for practical self-defense reasons, but also to develop body balance. And lastly, it's one of the best ways to build proprioception, which is your awareness of where your body is in space. These are all essential skills for a strong posture. And as a bonus step, if you really want to fix your posture, don't forget to train and be barefoot as much as possible. Your feet are the first point of contact with the ground and your relationship with gravity. So fix them and everything up the chain will improve too. And if you want to work with me one-to-one to fix your posture, go ahead and check out the link to my coaching program, The Modern Warrior Transformation, in the description below. Now, if you watch this video right here and you're ready to not just fix your posture, I explain exactly what it takes to get lean after 30 and what nobody tells you.